Hi everybody, so this is going to be a playthrough of Wonhon, A Vengeful Spirit. This is the prologue, and I hope I pronounced that title correctly. Speaking of Vengeful Spirit, I'm being eyed by one of my cats, so that's hopefully she'll either calm down or jump up on my lap, so that'll be fun through this playthrough. So this is just a prologue. There are 2 Steam achievements for this game. One is just comic book, and that is collecting all 3 pages of the comic book from 3 separate chests around the village. And then the second achievement is Brother, which is successfully rescuing your brother from the village. Let's start the prologue right here. After you collect the pages of the comic book, you can actually view it on the main menu. It was the second option there. So this has full controller support, but I'm going to use keyboard. It's a little bit difficult with the shift button. I'm not sure if you can rebind keys. I imagine you can. For this, Q and E rotates the camera. On controller, I am on keyboard. On controller, it's going to be the left analog stick is going to be your movement, and the right analog stick is going to move your camera around. Walk is pretty slow. But it is important for some of the stealth sections to walk around. So you're going to talk to this character. He's like the Grim Reaper. This is a Korean folklore kind of set game. I don't know anything about Korean folklore as far as their beliefs of spirits and whatnot. So I'm not sure what particular specifics are mentioned in this game. It doesn't seem like in the demo they talk too much about it. He informs you that you are dead, surprise, and then you ask to go back a couple minutes to save your brother. The character does respond saying the last time he let somebody go back, something bad happened. I would imagine in the full release of the game, it might mention that. He does warn you not to make too much of a mess of things, which I assume probably, since you do successfully rescue your brother in this demo, I'd imagine the full game probably gets pretty messy, but you'll have to play the full game to figure that out. So you can use the left click to take possession of a character. You probably could do this pretty peaceful, but we're gonna be pretty brutal with this run through. So I'm gonna kill the first guard, the second guard, and then the fourth. Yeah. So 3 of them, and then I'm gonna press F to kill myself. And then I'm going to run out of there over here. 1 more guard I think is going to come through. So I've already killed 5 of the 9 guards in the village. 1 more guard's going to come through. I probably could have waited and attempted to get a shot off before he got through. But it was a little safer to wait. If you are in possession of a character and so the wheel next to me, which shows my health bar, or my possession meter, my starting possession meter, if you get ejected from a body, like if your meter runs out, there is a bit of a possession sickness, which means you cannot repossess who you've just possessed. They have to go back to normal state, to obviously depossessed form. And then you can repossess them, but you can't repossess them for a little while. And we're going to wait for everything to kind of scale down a little bit. So 5 characters are dead, 5 of the enemies are dead, and we've got 4 more to go. I'm going to wait just a little bit. They can hear you run, so please be careful. There's going to be a bit of a radius. I can actually show you as soon as they're... Oops, other direction. As soon as they're out of range, that little radius there, I believe, is the sound meter. I am being interacted with a cat behind me. So you're going to want to be careful that none of the characters can hear you while you're around. My cat is stuck on my chair. I apologize. Give me just a moment. I am so sorry about that. She got stuck on my chair. Okay, okay, so we're gonna run back. We're gonna run back into here. There's gonna still be a guard coming up this way. You can probably see my cursor, I believe. So up this way, there's gonna be another guard. You want to be careful, but you also want to watch out for the guard next to us. But I'm gonna try to sneak past and down. I believe if the radius, the radial thing around your character can go through a wall, they can hear you on the other side of the wall. So just be mindful of that as well. This is going to be technically the third page. Whoops, I possessed. So if you possess, you will drop the pages of the. If you become a ghost, if you hit ghost form, you will become you'll become the vengeful spirit, and then you will drop the pages because you can't carry items and be in ghost form at the same time. So right behind this little well, this is Korea, so I don't think they call it a pagoda, but behind this little shrine, this little house, is your brother. We don't want to alert him just yet. We don't want to get him to follow us just yet because we have one more page of the comic book to pick up. We're going to hide over here, and I'm not going to run because I don't want the guard to hear me. We're going to go right past this. Be careful. I've gotten stuck on the doors. I'm sorry. I've gotten stuck in the doorways, and I just got stuck right there on that building. So just be careful coming through here. You want to watch for that. I don't know how long that guard stays. Okay, not very long at all. So looks like their pathing is, I wouldn't say fairly irregular, but it seems to be all over the place. Seems to be a generous patrol for most of the enemies. So just be careful of that, be mindful of that. And then also be mindful not to run when you're too close to them. I know I already said that, but you will auto collect the pages, and I would imagine when you play the full game, this is true of other chests, because I'd imagine there's probably different pickups and different items to acquire, or different collectibles in the full release of the game. But you want to be careful when you go up to the chest. You have to be pretty close to it, and it will auto open the chest, and you'll collect the item directly. And like I said, if you possess something, you'll drop items that you are currently holding. So I don't know if that'll be important in the main game or not, but for this, it's just these collectible items. So you can either possess your brother, and then you'll drop the comics, or you will get him to follow you, which is probably the first time that sentence has ever been uttered. Get him to follow you. Now, you do have the ability to ask him to wait in places, so that's pretty important. We want to get over here, and we want to make sure that we don't get spotted by that guard. We want to walk over here. Now, in my other playthrough of this, I was able to kill a lot of these guards. I don't know if he's going to go through that door or not. Doesn't look like it. Okay. And both the guards are separating fairly well. Make sure not to get caught on the door. Run through here, and make sure not to get caught on the door. I don't think your brother can get caught on the door, so won't worry too much about that. And he will stay tethered to you. It's not like he won't get left behind or anything like that. And so just come through the doorway there. And I finished it in 6 minutes and 29 seconds. I don't know when I got the best time of 2 minutes. That must have been when I was playing one of the first rounds of playing through the demo, and I just got a really fast time. I must have just got the brother done and didn't get the pages of the comic. Just a few things I didn't mention. When you kill an enemy, you will get a type of, I'm thinking like it's a vengeance pickup that will come to your body. That will decrease your possession. If you get any of the little pickups, the little purple pickups that are like little beams of light, that will heal you when you're in human form. It'll give you your meter. Your red meter will go back up to a full radius, and then when you're in possession form, it will elongate the amount of time that you still have that you're possessing the character you're currently possessing. So that's why like killing enemies in a chain, if you go that route, is actually pretty nice. It's pretty well executed. I have to say, as a game mechanic, it's pretty well done. I think this game has a lot of really cool mechanics. So We'll press any key. We'll move on. There's a bit of an ending cinematic here. Your brother doesn't know that you're dead. He just assumed you were caught, and it's time to go. You wave and say goodbye to him, and you disappear. And then there is a built-in trailer for the full release. This is the same cinematic trailer that I think is also on the Steam page, and for this game and the full release. I mean, take a look at some of the effects here. I mean, just alone the effects. The setting looks really cool and everything like that. Like a lot of detail. There's just a lot of really nice detail into some of the small things. But some of the effects, like the leaves falling down, that beast looks amazing. There's a lot of really cool stuff. The electricity that shocks when you possess something, this grenade throws, that's a pretty cool radius of effect there. So in that one cinematic, you saw a giant rat or a giant mouse, probably a rat, built out of other small rats, and then you saw a giant crow built out of small crows. It's pretty cool. I think in some way the spirits of, like, you know, like when we think of rats, when we think of crows, we think of like pestilence and death. I think that there are, because of what you're doing as the main game, this is just my opinion, I haven't played the main game or anything like that, but I find this entertaining. The maybe like in the main game, those giant beasts are representations of you are making too many waves, you're making too many bodies, you're unnaturally killing creatures, and so as a result, you have to face the beasts of different elements of death and suffering. So that's just my opinion, though. I think it's really cool. They look like really interesting, what I would assume would be bosses, or just extra challenges for the levels. So, but that's everything for this run through of this game, the walkthrough and the achievement guide for Wonhon: A Vengeful Spirit, the prologue. Sorry, I'm probably rambling a little bit more at the end. We'll go back to the main menu, and you can look at the comic book that you unlocked. I won't do that on the video because I don't know if that's a different artist. I don't want to get in trouble for showing that on the video. But like I said, that'll give you the 2 achievements, the comic book achievement and the brother achievement, and it does count on your Steam profile. So it will count as part of your 100% if you are logging those. If not, you just want to check out the game, that's fine, of course, and then check out the main game as well. So thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next guide or video. Take care.